Okay. Let's turn this up a little bit. I think it's working. Let me just double check here. Okay, it's a little loud. A little loud. Okay. Alright, I think we're good. Alright. Hello everybody. Welcome to a new stream. Today I'm gonna be reacting to chapter 1109 of One Piece. Now, just a little heads up before I begin. I think I was spoiled by something. I'm not exactly sure if it's true or not. It probably is. I managed to stumble across like some. It was mainly like some thumbnails on YouTube that was like. I feel like there's something to do with Saturn, the other Gorosei, and maybe Emu. There's something to do with them in this chapter. I don't know exactly what it is, but yeah, it feels like there's gonna be something going on with that. But otherwise, I haven't been spoiled by anything. So that's just a little heads up of what I saw. It's kind of annoying seeing some of these content creators basically making thumbnails that basically spoil everything. I mean, the titles are bad enough, but the thumbnails, like, ugh. Oh well, but I don't think it's going to affect any I don't think it's going to affect my enjoyment of the chapter anyway. So, oh, Vex, the lurking legend, welcome to the stream. Like D stream, yeah. Yeah, you're here just in time. I was about to begin. I was just saying that I may have gotten spoiled. I'm not entirely sure, but I may have gotten spoiled due to some thumbnails that I've seen on YouTube. So, but we'll have to see. All right, so we're just gonna not waste much more time. We're just gonna get right into it. We have One Piece chapter 1109, Termination. Okay, so from the looks of this here, okay, yeah, I did look at this cover story earlier. I did look at this, but the cover story 26, a submerged Onigashima. Now, when I looked at this earlier, I thought something just kind of clicked with me. You know how creators like Wizard of Oz, Marshall D. Preach, they made this big whole theory about how Onigashima was the head of the original Oars? But I got to thinking, what if this isn't what if this isn't like Oars' father, like Oars the First? I mean, it is Oars the First, but not in the way they are thinking. Like, they're thinking like it was an actual ancient giant, the continent Polar. But what if? But the thing is, like, I was watching some clips of Marineford earlier this week, and I noticed that if you look at like Little Oar Junior's ship, of course his sail has like Oars the Third on it. I thought to myself, wait, like Little Oars Junior is not called Oars the Third. Is that actually what he is? Or is that the name of his ship? What if Onigashima was the head of a giant ship? You know, Luffy always likes to sit on the head of the ship, whether it's like the Mary, and whether it's the Sunny. Like, what if Onigashima was the head of a giant ship that was called and I was just wondering, like, if Pluton is under Wano, what if Onigashima has been a piece of Pluton the entire time? What if this is the head of Pluton? What if this is the head of Pluton? Now, I know it might not make much sense. Like, you think, like, Frankie would probably know that, but I don't know. But that would be really interesting if Onigashima actually was the head of Pluton, and if Onigashima's sinking under the sea again, under the freshwater lake, what if it comes in contact with Pluton again? Like, they join together again, and then Pluton awakens. I was just wondering that, like, what if this is the head of the ship of Pluton? So that's just a little thing I just came up with. I was thinking about this afternoon. So yeah, let's just continue on. Okay, we got a note from Oda. We have, I went to Shibuya to get a taste of some monjayakai goodness, but there were long lines everywhere, so I gave up. Is it really that popular there? Nice. And yeah, I heard about the whole thing that a TCB was leaving Twitter for now. Yeah. But at least we're fortunate that they're still doing the chapters for now. I mean, we'll see. We'll see if they. We'll see in the future. Okay, here we go. Stella, is this wise? Even if you set this broadcast to start suddenly, it may not work. What do you mean, Shaka? We're counting too much on people being ready to receive and relay this. You know how it is with information. Agencies always spread the news all around the world by the next day. You think so? What if someone intercepts or censors our message? What the? Where's this broadcast coming from? You're right. Any suggestions? It's coming from every ship's transponder snail. We could piggyback off the Navy's comm traffics. Oh, that is cool. Cut the connection! That's the thing! We can't! That would allow us to force a worldwide constant broadcast with our signal strength at maximum. I see. That'll make it possible for anyone with a transponder snail to receive our initial voice message. But they'll still need a while to prepare their visual transponder snails. The time to set that up will vary from place to place. Let's take an interval of 1 hour. What are you planning to say, Vegapunk? Okay, so Saturn is still there, all there to a point. That's Vegapunk, right? An hour? That's too long. Don't you realize what will happen in that time? Where is it coming from? Why now? There are people who won't be pleased when we start this broadcast. They may find a way to terminate it before we finish. Ah, fair point. In that case, let's set the preparation interval to 10 minutes. Vegapunk, that's your voice, right? Hey! People of the world. The Holy Land of Merijua. What is this transmission? What is the meaning of this? Saturn, have you dealt with Vegapunk? Kizaru delivered a killing blow. I saw it myself. He should be dead. Could he have set up a dead man's switch? So that's why this message would play upon the death of his main body? That seems likely. We have no way of knowing what he will say. If we can just pinpoint the source of this broadcast, the only location that seems plausible is the Labostratum on Egghead. But it's currently protected by that barrier of his. What should we do for the remaining 9.5 minutes? We could get inventing. There's so much more to do. How about some coffee? Dressrosa, New World. Did you hear that? This is Dr. Vegapunk we're talking about. If he's trying to tell the entire world something, it must be a big deal. Get a visual transponder snail out here. Put it up on a screen. Hurry, we only have 10 minutes. The wise man Luffy Land kidnapped? What happened? What's happening? Don't tell me you guys trusted another bad article about Lucy. I could also calculate the probability of interference happening. We've got the video ready. Is that Vegapunk? Fuchsia Village, East Blue. Oh my gosh, it's there too. What's this all about? I thought it was just gonna be more news bad-mouthing Luffy. A visual transponder snail? If only the village had one.
What about it, Mayor? Who's gonna pay for that? Raising it wouldn't be free, you know. Isn't having audio enough?
Oh, that whoop slap. Come on, whoop slap. This isn't the time for that.
Water 7, Grand Line. Wake up! This can't be good. Ugh. Alice, prepare to screen the message.
Yes, Mr. President. It's already playing in the room next door. Screens for each dock are also being prepared. But it's nighttime. But considering the importance of this event, a summons has been issued notifying all citizens to be at a screen within 10 minutes. Is there anything else?
World Economic Journal. What's with this feed? It's being relayed through Navy frequencies, but it's unencrypted.
Where are Luffy-san and the others?
Don't get me a ditz. Look at the clock in the background. That isn't the current time at Egghead. It must have been pre-recorded. After all, the Buster call is bound to have reduced the island to a sea of flames by now.
Oh, Morgans, really? You're about to get the biggest scoop in the world, and you're doing that right now? He's gonna regret that later.
It's Dr. Vegapunk in the flesh. I heard his mind was cut up.
I heard his mind was a cut above the rest, but this isn't what I expected. A cut above the rest. Oh, that I am willing to bet that was a pun in Japanese.
North Blue, the man who lit up the world. South Blue, he's going through all this trouble. What does he want the world to know?
It might be the invention of something of the century or something.
Kamabaka Queendom. It'll take 10 minutes to brew the coffee. I won't get a sip in. I see. The probability of interference in this time frame is exceedingly low. What is Vegapunk up to now? More importantly, has he lost his head?
So that's the Dr. Vegapunk everyone's always talking about?
He's quite the man to do this in the middle of a crisis. I think I'll be dead soon.
Oh, Dragon knew. I think Dragon knew. Looks like my punches don't damage you. Wait, what? Wait, what?
Is that Kizaru doing that with his eyes, or does Saturn make Kizaru do that?
What? That's confusing.
Oh, but he dodged him. He dodged him anyway.
I'm not letting you two run off. Not till I'm sure my friends have escaped. Gum Gum! Booming Dawn!
Symbol! Oh! Oh my gosh, did he just squish them? Oh my gosh, he squished them. Oh! That's almost like what, Luffy's, Grand Fleet, his two members of the Grand Fleet who are at the Reverie. That's what they did, that's kind of what they did to Charlos. They plunged him on the head, and he kind of gave off that kind of appearance. I mean, not totally flat like that, but holy cow, Luffy just squished them. Oh my gosh.
Since you keep getting better no matter what, I'll send you flying for good.
Toss? He threw something. Shift? Huh?
What's it gonna take to keep you down?
Kizaru-san! What in the world happened? Are you alright? Admiral!
Pizan. Oh, wait, what is this saying? That's peak as fuck. Yeah, nice.
There's no time, Saturn. We cannot allow Vegapunk to speak freely.
Whoa, that was close.
There it is! This is our ship. I hope Vegapunk and the others are alright. I shall perform the summoning. Very well. Zap, zap. What the? Black lightning? Oh. Oh, it was true. Oh, that was true. Oh, it's true. What's going on? The hell? It's just like when that spider geezer appeared. The planets are aligning. Oh, they are actually coming. Oh my gosh. Wow. I... That is still... That is so ridiculous. Like, we're really getting all 5 Gorosei here on Egghead at the same time. Oh my gosh. We actually are doing this. This is crazy. Oh. Okay, guys. I think if there's any indication that we're close to the end, this is it. We're just being dropped. Like, I was starting to have this suspicion when Van Augur and Katarina Devon were talking to Saturn. I was starting to have the suspicion, but now it's I think it's confirmed. I think Emu and the Gorosei are not the endgame villains. They're not the endgame. Blackbeard is. This is nuts. Oh my gosh. Is Luffy gonna be... I don't... Like, yeah, Luffy is strong right now, and he was kind of holding his own against Saturn, and Saturn really couldn't do anything to him, but... Is Luffy gonna have to take on all 5 Gorosei at the same time? Oh my gosh, this is nuts. Well, oh boy. Doflamingo was right. Doflamingo was right. They are being dragged down. The events of the world are dragging the celestial dragons down to the surface. and the biggest ones are leading the charge. The biggest celestial dragons are the ones leading the charge. Jeesh. Possibly the biggest setup of the whole story so far? Yeah. Yeah, like, I don't know, this whole arc, like, almost every time there's a new chapter, it makes me want to go back to that Throne Wars speech that Doflamingo made, where he's talking about all this. Like, everything he's saying has become true so far. And the thing is, like, the whole thing is, like, he basically predicts that the global war, the final war, is basically the greatest the greatest conflict of supremacy in the history of pirates. So the final conflict is not going to be pirates versus the world government. It's going to be pirates versus pirates. The world government is simply the obstacle, will have to be taken out of the way for for the pirates to basically take the throne. I mean, to the world, like, when Doflamingo mentioned, like, the throne is empty, like, I think he knew that the throne wasn't actually empty, but he was basically telling a Marine who believed that the throne was empty. I want to see Davi's reaction to hearing this. Oh my gosh, yes. I hope there's a Den Den Mushi near his prison in level 6. I hope there's a Den Den Mushi nearby that he could overhear this. This is nuts. So we got a 10-minute... We got the classic time limit, only it's not for a power-up. You know, the classic shonen time limit. There's usually a classic 5 or 10 minute time limit for like a power up, but for this, it's a countdown for the truth to being revealed to the world. And so basically, we have 5 Gorosei going to take on Luffy and try to take down the Labo phase before the time's up. This is a race. This is literally going to be a race against time. Luffy has to basically protect the Labo phase. Luffy's going to have to protect the Labo phase for 10 minutes against the 5 elders. The sun versus 5 planets. The sun god versus the 5 planets. The 5 elder planets. And oh my gosh. Longest 10 minutes of all time to take a whole year? Oh, it better not take a whole year. No, the whole thing though, like the way Egghead has been going, this arc has been one of the faster paced arcs in the entire story. This has been pretty fast. I mean, aside from that little drag there with the whole traitor plot, the traitor subplot on the Labo phase. Aside from that part, Egghead's been moving pretty fast. It's like we haven't really seen this level of progression, this speed of progression since the Paramount War saga. We haven't seen progression this fast since then. Basically, Egghead is basically to the final saga what Sabaody was to the Paramount War. I think that is what it is. That's what we're looking at here, because this, just like how Sabaody was the event that basically sent the ball rolling. I mean, yeah, technically the seeds for the Paramount War started like post Enies Lobby, but like the ball really started rolling in Sabaody, and then once that, everything just started just collapsing from there. Luffy was constantly, there was the old Amazon Lily, there was Impel Down, and then finally Marineford. Like everything was just spiraling out of control in during the Paramount War area. And yeah, and the big thing though, like Egghead also has had an unnatural focus on the broader world, because in the beginning of this arc, we had a disaster, the destruction of Lelucia Kingdom, which didn't just destroy Lelucia, but caused the sea level to rise 1 meter across the entire world. So we were looking at a worldwide event, an event that impacted the entire world. And so now, this moment, the arc is going to end with something that will impact the entire world once again. It's basically, it's gonna end kind of in the same way as it began. We're gonna see a great incident that's going to change the world. And it's kind of interesting because the beginning of the arc, it was the world government. They destroyed an island and basically caused negative repercussions across the world. But this time, we have Vegapunk, who's defying the world government by bounding to share the truth of the world. He's about to share the truth of the world, and that's going to be, well, I mean, it's going to cause chaos regardless, but it will actually cause a lot of positive change as well. So, it's kind of like it's like a parallel. It's like I don't know, it's a parallel or contrasting. I'm not trying to. I'm just trying to think a lot. It's kind of hard to think about it at the moment. But wow, what's it? Oh, I just also remembered. Luffy isn't going to be fighting them alone either. There's going to be Dory and Broggy. They're going towards Luffy. Dory and Broggy are going towards Luffy. Can the Elbaf Giants, can Dory and Broggy really face off against the Gorosei? That would be crazy if they could. I mean, they've been practicing for over 100 years, so they better. They better be able to put up a fight. I mean, I don't think they'll be able to beat them, but they may be able to put up a good fight. Oh, wow. Oh. Man, all this happening, and where the heck are you, Shanks? uh... I mean, technically, for what we've seen so far in the Egghead Island arc, like, Shanks is focused on Blackbeard, which I think he has a right to be focused on him. I mean, considering that Blackbeard is basically the one vying for the throne, so when the Gorosei and Emu are taken down, Blackbeard is going to go after the throne. Or at least, he may go after the throne even before these guys get toppled down, but... Oh my gosh. And also, like, I don't think we've ever seen this before. Like, Luffy having to take on 5. We're not talking about one boss now, we're talking 5. I don't think... Ugh. I don't even think the rest of Luffy's crew is ready for any of them right now. I think Luffy's the only one who's could at least hold his own against the Gorosei. We don't even know what the other Gorosei are capable of. From what we've seen so far with Saturn, I mean, he's got a great defensive ability, he can regenerate and all that, but it seems like Luffy's been able to hold his own against Saturn's offensive attacks. But then Saturn's very, like, poisonous, but then Luffy has the resistance to poison, but we don't know what the others are capable of yet. We have no idea. We have 4 other Gorosei, we don't know what they're capable of yet. This is gonna be nuts. So next chapter, we're going to be seeing the rest of the Gorosei and their full powers, their full forms. We're going to be seeing the rest of that. This is going to be nuts. And it's a break next week. Ugh. It's a break. This is nuts. Okay. I find it kind of funny that Saturn can still fight despite Luffy flattening him like a pancake. That was pretty funny. Almost makes me think, like, these Gorosei, like, they probably have fought. They've fought the user of the Nika fruit before. At least some of them have, maybe. I don't know if all of them have, but some of them probably have had experience with this fruit, and so they were able to handle it. I mean, Kaido was able to handle it, so I would only assume that they would be able to they'll be able to handle it to an extent. Wow. This is crazy. We're really in the end game, guys. Like, I mean, it's one thing for Saturn to fall, but having 5 Gorosei, all 5 of them show up. This is crazy. I can't stress it enough. This is... And it looks like Kizaru's probably going to be out of the picture for the rest of this arc, probably. I don't think, I don't think Kizaru's going to do anything else this arc. If he does, he's going to do something very clutch, and probably is going to be against, I don't know. I don't even want to predict that Kizaru's going to turn, but like, just from the look of him, Kizaru's so conflicted. He's so complicated. It's like, it's hard to really figure out what's going on with him. I just hope that Kizaru commits to something. That whatever he's doing, he just commits to choose a side. Like, he's struggling to be on the fence. He's basically on the fence, but still working as if he's for the government. Wow. That gum symbol. That was funny. So I think at the beginning here, I think Kizaru was just using laser. He was just trying to shoot Luffy with his laser eyes. I'd never seen Kizaru use laser eyes before. Like, you'd think he would be able to do that before, but I guess that was just what he could do in that situation. Huh. And Luffy's kind of Luffy's twirling him like he's making a dough for a pizza. That's pretty funny. Yeah. This transmission better reach everyone. They better see what's gonna happen. Oh my gosh, I didn't realize, just look at Wapple's face. He looks so depressed. I've never seen Wapple look so depressed before. Okay, depressed Wapple face. I think that's the best face in this chapter. Depressed Wapple. Yeah. Okay, I can't get enough of that one. But it's kind of interesting that Vegapunk wants to go with a visual transmission instead of just an audio one. Because it looks like the whole beginning thing is initial voice matches still need a while to prepare. So I think I may have missed something, but why did they want to do a visual? Did they answer that? I forgot if they answered that or not. Poor Vegapunk. And yeah, the monitor is flatlined. The monitor is flat. Completely flat. So yeah. I think Vegapunk Stella is dead. I really want to know what exactly Vegapunk is going to show them, because for them to have such an emphasis on the visual transmission, Vegapunk is actually going to show them. Like, he's not just going to tell them the truth of the world. He's going to provide evidence. He's going to provide compelling evidence. And they're going to see it all. So, yeah, this is absolutely crazy. Wow. I don't know if there's anything else to say about the chapter, but
But it looks like from what we see here is that we're looking at we're looking at an endgame showdown here. Like, this is an endgame showdown. We're seeing Luffy, Sun God Nika, Yonko, Luffy, facing off against the 5 elders of the world, of the entire world. Ugh. And then we have people like Doflamingo said that the celestial dragons will be brought down. And then there's going to be a war for the throne. Ah, Doflamingo. Ah. His foresight is ridiculous. There's going to be a throne war. The final war is not... I don't think the final war is going to be against the world government. The world government's going to be overthrown very quickly. But then there's going to be a vacuum of power. There's going to be a vacuum of power. And who do you think is going to take that place? Blackbeard. Blackbeard is going to eye for the throne. While Luffy does all the dirty work for him, Blackbeard's just gonna waltz into Mary Joie, and he's gonna take the throne for himself. I mean, I don't know what Emu's gonna do. Like, is Emu even gonna be doing anything right now? Oh my gosh. So we got 5 elders, 5 warrior gods coming down from up high, and they are going to try to wreck everything. They're going to try to keep Vegapunk from doing his transmission. 10 minutes. So we got a 10-minute timer. Oh, next chapter is going to be insane. Next chapter it will be 11:10. Chapter 11:10 is going to start probably one of the... I didn't think we would ever get something this crazy for the end of Egghead. Oda is going all out. I don't think he was kidding. I think... You know what? I honestly think the One Piece may not even last 5 more years. One Piece may not even be 5 more years. It may be less than that now. Everything is unraveling too fast right now. It's unraveling so fast right now that I can easily see One Piece lasting less... I can honestly see now. I can see One Piece being less than 5 years away for finishing. We are close, guys. We are close. Oda's been holding back a dam. Oda's been holding back a huge dam. And he's bursting it. He is driving holes in it. And that dam's about to burst. We're going to have to see. But honestly, from now on, guys, One Piece is not going to be the same. We are in the end game. I mean, we kept saying it's the final saga, but this actually feels like it. This is the first time where it actually... This is more than ever confirmation that we are in the end. The end of Luffy's journey is near. The end of Luffy's journey is near. In Wano, even at the end of Wano, Sanji and Zoro were saying, I can already see it. We can already see it. It's within our grasp. Luffy becoming the Pirate King. It is close. Very close. We have been so conditioned by the length of One Piece. We've been so conditioned to think that Oda's going to take a long time to finish the story, which he has. But there's always... It's become so long that there's so many people online who have been conditioned to believe that this story is like many, many years away from finishing. Like, some people are saying that it's not going to be finished within this decade. Like, they think it's going to be
they think it's got 10 more years. No way. Not after a chapter like this. No way. One Piece is ending sooner than we expected. This is gonna be crazy. So, yeah. I think that's pretty much all I'm gonna be doing right now. I have my art stream is gonna be this evening at 8:30 p.m. Central, right here on YouTube. So look forward to that. I'll see you guys. I really enjoyed this chapter. I'm looking forward to the next chapter. So, and this is pretty convenient. The break week is actually very convenient for me because next week, next Thursday, I'm going to be streaming for the first time Helldivers 2. I've joined the cause to protect democracy and the Federation of Super Earth. So, yeah, look forward to that. It's a good this is actually pretty good timing. I thought I would have to worry about doing a One Piece stream and Helldivers 2 all on the same day. I mean, that would be nuts, but glad I don't have to do that. So I only have one stream I'm going to be doing next Thursday, and that's going to be Helldivers 2. So yeah, thank you guys for stopping by. If you're interested in the art stream that I'm going to be doing tonight at 8:30 p.m. Central, yeah, just stay tuned for that. Until next time, this is Rhizia Lucas, signing out.